Okay, starting where we left off. Question 10. Uh, Having dated someone, there are definite benefits and drawbacks, I guess, to knowing someone from online. I'll start over since the noise was going on. With question 10, some of the benefits and drawbacks of dating someone online are as follows. Uh, some of the benefits are you get to see much more of the person before you get to know them. You get to chat with them a little bit and see what sort of kind of connection you may have, what familiarity you may have, or basically to see what the other person's about and see what you may know. You, with a drawback of that, maybe you get to know too much. Maybe it just kind of takes a sexual realm, but you want to make a relationship out of it. So therefore, there can be some complexity there and mixed messages as this sort of new form of meeting people becomes popular, and a lot of people are trying it out and not really sure how to categorize it. Well, I'm going to meet this person, this is strictly platonic. Oh, I'm going to meet this person, this is strictly sexual, or this is going to be a relationship potentially. There's a multitude of possibilities for whatever it is a person is looking for, but it can be a drawback because not everyone has the same criteria. But that's where the benefit of getting to talk to someone online first comes in. You can be really specific about what you're looking for or what's going on. So I think the benefits sort of outweigh the drawbacks as long as you're honest and open about what you want and you don't mind being honest and open about that. So I think it's great. It worked really well for me. Either through people that I've dated or dated and even the relationship ended and at least a friendship has come out from it. Nothing bad, knock on wood, has happened at this point where I think it's an ultimate drawback where I would not recommend doing it for anybody. Um, it does, for question 11, it does seem that a lot of gay online sites are geared towards sex. I think that's the case because I think most people want sex. I think most stuff would be geared towards sex, and I think most things are in some way, whether hidden or blatant, have a sexual angle to them. I think we're very sexual beings, and we like it. Um, and I think a lot of oppression sort of tries to allow us to deny or hide or remove that sort of desire from us. And so I think with a gay site specifically, since none of these sort of preconceived conditions apply, people can just do what they want, and a lot of people will gravitate towards sex first. I think there's sort of an additional side here. I think a lot of people are sex starved to a degree. Well, not a lot of people, but I think with oppression comes a desire, in case here, sex. And so for people that might not have a lot of sexual outlets that they want, they might be overly seeking sex or overly seeking something of this nature on these sites. And that's not a bad thing. I think what can happen is it can cause some confusion, but this is where being open and honest about what you want comes into play. I think sex will always be there for whatever any sort of human wants to a degree, and it doesn't necessarily have to be specific sexual situations that we think sex is. I mean, sex can be any sort of really relatable piece that we have. It depends on it depends on what you want and what you're feeling. So I think with gay sites, since they can be whatever it is they want to be, this sort of takes hold and takes precedence, and I think that's great because then you can be healthily available to whatever it is you want. I think Obama's presidential election was greatly influenced by online networking. The whole grassroots capability of what his campaign accomplished before the election, leading up to the primaries and up to the general election and becoming elected, really show sort of a new angle for people to become exposed and let their ideas be known in various ways to all the people in the country. Our traditional means of media, the TV and newspapers, are not working as much anymore. It doesn't reach as many people, especially the younger demographic. And I think his administration really took advantage of what people are looking for now in terms of getting connected and getting information. And I think that's great. I think that capability will allow a lot of people or anybody really to come in contact with what's going on right now with any sort of organization that's going on, and really have their voice be heard. They don't have to feel like something frustrating is happening or something that they don't like has to continue anymore because they are just one voice that's not necessarily going to be heard. So with this online medium that's coming about, I think it will show some very interesting changes in the future. In the future, I think the internet can be used to promote important issues in the same way, actually, that President Obama was able to expose what he wanted to in his campaign. You can get information to people really quickly, and that's I think the ultimate way of having an issue addressed as soon as possible, so people don't have to suffer. Hopefully, be it the Prop 8 situation that happened in California, or Referendum 71 that's now happening in Seattle, which are all gay related, or there's other situations going on as well. There's using Facebook in order to pass this information on, or blogs. I get a lot of my information also from The Stranger and The Stranger's Online blog, The Slog. You can see what's going on. I can get information there of initiatives that are going on in the city for the roads, for elections, and random shit that's going on in the city as it is anyway. So there's entertainment and information that's there, which is excellent, and it's updated right away, so you know it's current information. You know that things have not changed necessarily since this information has been delivered. So you have the precise tools that you need right now in order to be able to make hopefully a sound decision for what is correct for you and what is correct for everyone else around you, so that everyone can be happy. And I think that's awesome. Sound bites of... So I've met people from all over the place. Oddly enough, I was in San Francisco this past weekend, and I met a bunch of people that are from Seattle that I had not met yet, but I talked to online. I've met people in... I met people in Seattle before I even moved out here. People in DC when I was thinking of moving there, and people in Boston when I was moving there. I know people in this country, and all over on this country. San Francisco, New Mexico, Texas, Florida, Ohio, probably every state, actually. I might know somebody. Montana, Idaho, Oregon, oh geez. And then when you get into countries, Mexico, Canada, England, Germany, South Africa, Russia at the time, China even, Japan. I don't even know. There's so many people that I've encountered with through small interactions that I don't talk with them much, to even more, where I might not even know where they live. So I think it's cool that these people are everywhere, all over the country, all over the world, and just sort of getting this exposure through them. I think that's excellent. I don't really have any funny online stories. I mean, there's been some. Basically, it's situations of nothing necessarily that deals with online, so I don't think I'll go into them here. But all I will say is that, you know, it's great to be open and honest and have profiles or pictures or whatever you'd like online. Just be knowing that if it is online, then anyone can see it no matter how locked it may be. So you might come into a situation where stuff that you thought was up there that not necessarily was viewable by everyone became viewable by people close to you. Whatever. And again, as long as you're honest and open about whatever it is you want, then nothing really should bother you like that. I think the online communities, as a closing thought, are amazing, and I think they can only grow from here. Things are kind of text-based at this point. I'm curious to see, and video is sort of beginning to become more mainstream and simpler and easier to put on. So I'm curious to see how more video will be integrated into these social communities, and then whether it either takes a virtual reality route or somehow an in-person route. I don't know. But I'm very anxious to see where it's going to go. Thank you.